Hola, estudiantes a distancia. Hola, estudiantes en la clase. El tópico hoy es el se impersonal. Pues, el se impersonal, the impersonal se, is used to say that people in general do a certain thing. People in general. Está aquí. People in general do a certain thing. And in English, oftentimes we express this by saying you, or they, or people, or one. For example, first you peel the plantain, and then you soak it in water, and then you drain it on paper towels, and then you fry them. And I'm not talking about you, Salvador, or you, Juan, but I'm just talking about you in general, right? Like an impersonal you. It could be anyone. In English class, your teacher might tell you that it's more polite sounding or better in writing to use the word one. First, one peels the plantains, and then one soaks the plantains in water. Are you with me? Have you heard that before? Maybe. Anyway, we place the word say before the conjugated verb. Hang on, spell right, Einerwold, you can do this. Conjugated verb. And the verb ending matches the word that follows. We are only going to use the third person forms of the verbs, either the el, ella form or the ellos, ustedes form. Actually, I'm going to use ellos, ellas form because we're just using the third person. Here are some examples. Se habla español means Spanish is spoken here. Habla is singular because español is singular. Primero, se cortan las cebollas en pedazos. First, the onions are cut into pieces. We use cortan because cebollas is plural. It's like saying the onions, they are cut. Se cortan, they are cut. If the word following the verb is another verb, ooh, that was exciting. Use the singular form. For example, se puede nadar en la piscina. One can swim in the pool. In English, I might also say, you can swim in the pool. People can swim in the pool. Nadar is a verb, so we'll use the singular, the third person form of poder, se puede. How are you feeling about this so far? No es gran cosa. This is not a big, huge thing. But you'll see it a lot in Spanish, especially in like signs. For example, if you go to a store where somebody speaks Spanish, oftentimes they'll have a sign in the window that says se habla español. Or if you're traveling in the Dominican Republic or in Puerto Rico or in Mexico, you might see a sign in the window that says se habla inglés. English is spoken here. There. Vamos a practicar. Choose the correct forms of the verb. Se prohíbe o se prohíben comer en clase. ¿Cuál usamos? Prohíbe, prohíben. Prohíbe. ¿Por qué?
Singular.
Well, comer is a verb. If the thing that follows is a verb, then we use the singular form. It would be like saying to eat is prohibited. If we said to eat, they are prohibited, it sounds weird, right? Those two things don't match. Se permiten estudiar en la biblioteca. ¿Cuál? You guys agree? Es cierto, permite. To study, it is permitted. Se sirve o se sirven fruta. You guys agree? Sí. Fruta es singular. Fruit is served. If we said fruit are served, it sounds weird. Se ofrecen bebidas en el restaurante. ¿Cuál? Ofrecen, porque bebidas es plural. Drinks are offered in the restaurant. If I said drinks is offered in the restaurant. It sounds kind of weird. They just don't match. Work ahead on your own. Do the rest. Les doy 90 segundos y después chequeamos. Y ustedes también, estudiantes a distancia. Haz las próximas y después vamos a chequear.
I was like looking at all this for like 5 minutes. So many.
Siéntense, por favor, chequeamos. Discount double check. Hopefully you were able to verify your answers. If not, here we go. Se come mucha carne. They eat a lot of meat. Se comen muchos chilaquiles. This is a common dish in Mexico. They use day-old tortillas. It's kind of like an enchilada type thing. As far as I know, I haven't eaten them much. Se hace mucha tarea. They do a lot of homework. Se sirve pan, because pan is singular. Bread is served with seafood. Seafood is plural, but don't let that trick you. It's the bread that is served. Se calienta el pan en el horno. El pan, the bread, is heated in the oven. No se añade sal a la sopa. Salt is not added to the soup. Se deja el ajo. The garlic is left in the kitchen. Ooh, that was so exciting. No se hierven los mariscos. The seafoods are not boiled. They are not boiled. ¿Está bien, chicos? Preguntas, problemas? In English, we might say this is kind of like the passive voice. Have you ever had an English teacher that said, you use the passive voice too much in your papers? You need to use an active voice. Does that sound familiar at all? I know. The passive voice is, just like we say here, is spoken. The onions are cut. Passive voice, meaning there's not a specific person doing the action. In English, in your papers for English class, you don't want to use this structure too much because it gets just hard to read. It's not as good. But it's very common when you're talking about instructions or signage. How are you feeling about this? Bien, I think I get it. I can do this. Mal, this is super confusing. I don't understand this at all. Or so, I think I get it, but I need to practice. Bien. Gracias, chicos.